You are not trying to manipulate her. You are trying to become the man she cannot stop thinking about. Here is how. The breakup happened. Maybe you saw it coming. Maybe you did not. Either way, you are sitting with the silence now, and a part of you wants her to feel what you are feeling, to miss you the way you miss her, to realize what she walked away from before it is too late. That feeling is human. It is honest. And this video is not going to judge you for having it. But here is what matters more than making her miss you. The 5 things we are about to break down are not manipulation tactics. They are the natural behaviors of a man who is healing correctly. And the reason they make her miss you is not because they are designed to. It is because they are the honest, grounded, psychology-backed responses to a breakup that also happen to be the most attractive thing you can do. You do not have to choose between your dignity and being missed. The same actions produce both outcomes. Before we go any further, subscribe and drop a like right now. This channel is built for men who want to handle the hard moments with intelligence and self-respect rather than desperation. And I want to be real with you. If you are in the middle of a breakup right now, this video is one piece of the picture. The Magnetic Masculinity ebook in the description is the complete one. It covers how to process this, how to rebuild, and how to come out of it as the strongest version of yourself, rather than a version that is waiting by the phone. Men who have read it during their hardest moments say it was exactly what they needed and nothing they did not. The link is below. Grab it when you are ready. Here is what most men do after a breakup. They reach out too soon. They send the message they rehearsed 3 times. They check her social media more than they check their own reflection. They oscillate between wanting her back and wanting her to feel bad about leaving and end up doing both in ways that produce neither outcome. And in doing all of that, they become less attractive, less grounded, and less like the man she was originally drawn to. Not because they are weak, because nobody gave them a clear framework for how to handle this in a way that actually works. The psychology of post-breakup attraction is well documented, and what it consistently shows is that the behaviors that feel most urgent after a breakup are almost always the ones that do the most damage, and the behaviors that feel hardest to do are the ones that work. Here are 5 of them. Before we get to the 5 things, here is the foundation they all rest on. Psychologist Dr. Robert Cialdini's research on the scarcity principle established that people assign more value to things when access to them is reduced. Dr. Helen Fisher's neurological research on romantic attachment found that the brain's longing response is activated most powerfully by absence, not presence. And Dr. Roy Baumeister's work on ego threat found that people feel a strong pull toward individuals whose indifference challenges their self-concept. In plain terms, your presence, growth, and calm indifference after a breakup activate her brain's attachment system more reliably than any message you could send. The 5 things below are built on that foundation. Here are the 5 tricks. 1. Go genuinely silent, not as a tactic, as a genuine act of self-respect. The no-contact period is the most discussed and most misunderstood concept in post-breakup psychology. Most men treat it as a waiting game, a strategic silence designed to make her wonder. That framing makes it fragile because the motivation behind it is still her rather than you. Go silent because you need the space to process clearly. Go silent because flooding someone who just ended things with your presence does not serve either of you. Go silent because the version of you that is most worth returning to is built in the quiet, not in the anxious reaching. Research on emotional regulation consistently shows that distance after a major loss accelerates psychological recovery. You are not disappearing to punish her. You are disappearing to heal. Those are different things. And she will feel the difference. 2. Let your life speak louder than your words. This is where most of the real work happens. After a breakup, the most powerful communication you can have with someone is not a message. It is a life visibly moving forward. Training. Working towards something. Being present with your friends. Doing the things that make you genuinely feel alive rather than the things designed to be noticed. You are not doing this to perform recovery. You are doing it because it is the right response to loss, regardless of whether anyone is watching. The fact that it is attractive is a side effect of the fact that it is healthy. Dr. Baumeister's research on self-esteem and social perception found that people who demonstrate genuine forward momentum after loss are consistently rated as more attractive and more psychologically strong than those who appear to stagnate. Move forward. Let it be real. 3. Respond. Do not react. If she reaches out, and many women do, your response to that moment matters more than almost anything else in this entire list. A reactive man responds immediately, emotionally, and with more energy than the message warranted. He gives away everything she needs to know about where he is emotionally in the first reply. A grounded man responds when he is ready, with measured energy, and without urgency, not because he is playing a game but because he is genuinely not operating from a place of desperation. The psychological term for this is emotional regulation, and research consistently shows that calm, measured responses after emotional events are perceived as signs of high psychological maturity. They communicate one thing quietly but clearly: he is okay. He is actually okay. And that realization, in a woman who expected otherwise, is one of the most powerful things she can encounter. 4. Stop tracking her. This one is practical and non-negotiable. Every time you check her social media, you are feeding a feedback loop that keeps you emotionally anchored to where you were rather than where you are going. You are giving her the ability to affect your emotional state without her even knowing she is doing it. Mute. Unfollow. Remove the input entirely, not because you are angry, because you cannot build something new while you are still living inside the old thing. Psychologist Dr. Guy Winch, whose research on heartbreak and emotional recovery found that continued exposure to a former partner, even passively through social media, significantly delays emotional recovery and sustains the neurological patterns of attachment that keep the pain active. Remove the exposure. Give your brain a chance to reset. 5. Become genuinely uncertain about whether you want her back. This is the one most men resist because it feels like giving up. It is actually the opposite. When you spend the post-breakup period completely certain that you want her back, every interaction is colored by that certainty. She can feel it. It is in the subtext of every message, in the energy of every response, and it removes the one psychological dynamic that creates genuine longing in another person: uncertainty about whether you would return. Dr. Aaron's research on self-expansion and romantic attachment found that people feel the most intense desire for partners whose interest in them is not fully guaranteed. The moment you become genuinely uncertain, not strategically but authentically uncertain, about whether this relationship is what you actually want, you stop performing need and start projecting the quiet confidence of a man who is evaluating rather than auditioning. Use the time to genuinely ask the question: was this relationship right for me? Not just, do I miss her? Because missing someone and that person being right for your life are two very different things. And the man who can tell the difference is the man worth missing. Here is what ties all 5 of these together. None of them are about her. Every single one of them is about you. About who you become in the space after the relationship. About the quality of your healing and the direction of your growth. The reason they make her miss you is not that they are designed to. It is that they are the natural behaviors of a man who is doing the inner work. And a man doing the inner work is almost always more attractive than the man he was before he started. That is the real insight here. The breakup is not something that happened to you. It is something that revealed where your growth needs to go. And the man you become by following that growth is the man worth returning to, whether she returns or not. If this helped you see this situation more clearly, like this video and subscribe for more content that helps men handle the hard moments with intelligence and genuine self-respect. And let me be straight with you before you go. Everything in this video is a starting point. The complete picture of how to process a breakup, rebuild from the inside out, and become the strongest version of yourself without shortcuts or empty reassurance is inside the Magnetic Masculinity ebook in the description. I put 15 years of real research and real experience into this guide. Not to sell you a feeling, but to give you a framework that actually holds up when things get hard. The link is in the description. Grab it today.